I just watched an anime. First episode of The Case Files. The Case Files of Jeweler Richard, that is. It's a show about a guy named Seigi and a guy named Richard, and they do mysteries about jewels. This episode opened up with our MC Seigi as a little boy, and he's at his grandma's house and looking through a dresser, like, and he finds like this little jewelry box. And he opens it and there's a ring in there. Oh, there's a ring in there. But his grandma's like, time for snacks. Snack time, Seigi, get in here. But then she comes in the room. She sees he's found the ring and she goes, and she puts it away. She goes and puts it away. And then she goes, you don't do bad things. You'll pay for them eventually. Okay. And then it cuts to him walking down the street. And he sees a white boy in Japan, rich, affluent man getting beat the fuck up by some drunks. Then he what does he do? Calls the cops. And the drunks are like, oh shit. And they run away. And the white boy's like, here's my business card. Actually, mini rant on the business card. Actually, before that, this anime, as soon as it was done with its opening, little opening for the show, I was like, this show is gonna take itself a little too seriously. And it did. I was right. And this scene, because after the intro, after he saves a person, right? And the intro rolls and all that, or whatever. And then it cuts to him in his apartment and he's holding the business card. It then immediately skips to a flashback, cuts to a flashback. He looks at the thing for 5 seconds, goes to a flashback of the guy giving the business card to him. And then it cuts back to him in the room looking at the business card. I don't know why they couldn't have done that chronologically. Like they're just like bang-a-ranging me around from scene to scene, confusing me. I hate it when they do that, but that they did. And they do that, and I've seen that happen before in anime. I call it bang-a-ranging. He's also, okay, so he's in his apartment after he's done with the business card thing. He looks at a picture of his grandma, and in the picture, it's like him as a little kid, like he was in the opening, and he's got a big smile on his face, but his grandma looks like all sad. And it takes you out of the moment because it's like, why would he have a crappy picture of his grandma being all sad with him? Like, surely he has a picture with his grandma smiling. And then it cuts to him looking for the ring that he's getting the ring that his grandma told him not to get when he was a little boy. He goes to his fridge and he pulls it out of his fridge. I don't know why it was in his fridge. Again, some of these moments, like him looking at the picture and looking at the ring, would be more impactful if it wasn't taking itself so seriously and confusing me with little things like rings being in fridges and grandmas being sad. After that, it's okay. After that, there wasn't much that I was like, this is taking me out of the moment. It got good after that opening and all the BS. There was another part that was a little weird, but I think it was more for comedy, where there's a girl that tries to walk an old man across the street, but the old man is a creepy old man. She doesn't know it, so the guy goes, here, let me walk you across the street. And he takes the old man's hand. The old man's like, ew, man, and he literally stands up straight. This guy was standing with his back at a 90-degree angle. As soon as the guy touches his hand, he yanks his hand away and he stands up completely straight and he runs away in a full sprint like an athlete. I was like, oh, that guy just wanted to hold hands with pretty ladies. That's weird. After that, then it goes on a mystery about the ring and its origins. Apparently, the MC Seigi's grandma was a pickpocket, and he goes to Richard, the white boy jeweler, and he learns about the ring's origins from jeweler. And there's like this whole small world thing where like he knows the guy who originally owned it, and the guy's like, great, I can give this back to the original owner. It was like, I feel like this is I have a sinking suspicion that this is the one good story they're going to tell. And episode 2 is going to be really boring. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's enjoyable. I'd give this episode a 6, just like I gave him the first impressions one. It's okay. I'm blown up about these little things, but it's more of a problem I have with anime in general than I do with just this show. But it's okay. It's okay. The mystery held up. The mystery held up. Yeah, anyway. 6 out of 10. It's okay. See ya.